4, 3.
My name is Janice Chng. I'm from Singapore, and I've come to the UK to do my master's at Sheffield, and I have built my career as an occupational psychologist in the UK, and did my chartership, and things went really well, and I decided to stay longer and work here. So as part of my continuous professional development, I decided that I would look for a job that enabled me to go back to Far East, where I can apply my language and cultural skills to add value to the business, because a lot of companies are moving their operations to the Far East, and they may be struggling with a lot of language and cultural difficulties, which I believe that I can contribute. So one of the things that I've been doing at work is business development meetings in, say, China, Hong Kong, Japan. One of the difficulties that we found is that clients tend to be quite demanding in finding out what kind of previous clients that we have worked with. And as you know, part of the professional ethics is that we cannot disclose the identity of clients when they have explicitly stated that they are not, they don't wish to do so. So one of the things that I have to struggle with is to constantly come up with creative ideas on how to convince the potential clients that we are a credible company. We have worked with lots of global companies, and it's in their advantage to work with us, but at the same time not disclosing the identity of the client. So one of the things I come up with was to give them a very broad description of the organization that we worked with, and some examples of possible competitors, so that they have an idea of the kind of size and the kind of industry that the company is. So that's all quite difficult, and I think that if I was to do it again, what I would have done is to look into their domestic markets a little bit more, so to prepare myself in terms of the examples that I would provide them. The other thing that I tend to do in the Far East is also doing consultancy or delivery. And one of the things that we recently did was a personality feedback for a global company in China, and I have to give personality feedback to one-to-one in 5 different cities. And it was very challenging because I had to work long hours, I had to fly almost every day, and still recovering from my jet lag at the same time. But it was a great experience because I actually got to do this personality feedback in Mandarin, which is actually the first time for me as well. So we actually have some unexpected new business that came out from it, because at one of the cities, we spoke to the general manager, and what happened is they actually have a new piece of work that we were previously unaware of, but over dinner we managed to get a new business out of that. So always look for something unexpected when you're out there, because you never know when you go out in a social setting that they might be thinking about business. That's especially true in China. You have to always go for dinner with them, and that's my advice over there. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is one project management. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is I've been involved in a project management work in the UK, where I was working on a project with a business partner in China. What we are doing is trying to get them to sell our tests to their clients in China. But first of all, we need to integrate our product with their system, and it has been a constant technology struggle for us, and I was acting as a bridge between the Chinese IT team and the UK IT team. And I do not know most of the words or terms that they use, but I have to sort of translate the terms between the two teams, and it was an uphill struggle for me. But at the end of the day, I actually learned something from it. I learned how to manage the difficult relationships. I learned how to balance the language and cultural differences by kind of explaining to both parties what the other person was trying to say, and the kind of expectations underlying it. So sometimes I read between the lines, and it was great. Finally, at the end of the year, we managed to make lots of progress, and along the way there was some challenges and conflicts which we had to manage. And it was reflecting on it now, and I wish I have learned a bit more about IT to start with, but at the same time, being able to set more clear accountabilities from the start and to build in more contingencies in the plan. But other than that, it has been a great year for me. Thank you.